Hello everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. My name is Johanna, welcome to Tenacious Soul. So this is going to be a pick a card for what you need to hear right now. So we have three piles. We have the first pile here with the rose quartz heart crystal. Then we have pile number 2 here with the blue aquamarine, tiny little heart crystal. It's so cute. And then we have pile number 3, and this is a clear quartz crystal for pile number 3. So timestamps will be down below. Again, this is messages that you need to hear. So use your intuition as to which pile you feel drawn to. And I will give you guys some time to pick out which one suits you best. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your pick a card. So if you chose this pile, you chose the rose quartz heart. I don't know if you guys can see rose quartz heart. It's like the same color as my hand. So you chose this pile. This is for messages that you need to hear right now. So I've pre-pulled a few cards here to kind of get your energy, and then we're going to pull some more oracle cards for sure, because I feel drawn to pull a bunch of oracle cards, and then we'll kind of see about the tarot. We'll kind of see where we get. But definitely we are going to pull some cards live. So let's go through your first few cards here. So we have an animal spirit card for you guys. You guys got the unicorn. And then we have Suffering in Silence, number 9. We have number 8, Positive Movement Forward. And then we have 1, Love Begins. So I like this. This is like, so this would be the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So I like this. So let's start with the unicorn card. So my first kind of feeling that I got from this is that you guys are different, but in a good way. I feel like there is something unique about you. And I also feel this, so this card is a spirit card in this deck. And it's associated with our third eye, so our 6th chakra. So you guys could be questioning just kind of a lot about your life, of where you're going, like looking into the future, you know, what's for me, what's not for me. You could be going through a bigger transformation through this time period. A lot of you have probably started diving a little bit more into possibly intuition and spirituality, something to kind of, you know, it's like you've expanded your view on the world, or you're trying to. You're kind of learning lots of different things, and you may even find that your opinions or how you view things right now are a lot different than the people around you. So you could be kind of going through like this stage of growth almost that affects your outlook, but it's not in a bad way. It's just that it's different from the people around you. The unicorn is very unique and it's very different, right? And the horn actually comes out from the third eye there. And so there's something about you charging forward, looking at your path forward. So maybe a lot of you have been questioning your future, where you're going, kind of where exactly you're being led, you know, what is my purpose? Like all of those types of questions that kind of ask us to go a little bit deeper within. I feel like you've kind of been at that point, and if you're not, it might be where you need to go. You need to start kind of like opening up your mind's eye, that sort of thing. So that's kind of just like your general energy, a very inquisitive energy. And it's interesting because in here we do see a progression forward, right? So we have Suffering in Silence, number 9. So this is, like I said, like the Nine of Swords. This energy can be two different things. So when looking at this, I feel like for you guys, it's a lot of like overanalyzing. And because you feel so different with that unicorn energy, because you feel so different from the people around you, you may feel like you don't really have people that you can reach out to and talk to. And, you know, you're missing that like community or that group aspect in order to kind of feel like you belong somewhere. I feel like some of you maybe feel like you don't belong. You may kind of feel like the black sheep or the outcast, that sort of thing. But I feel like if anything, I don't know if you've really been suffering. I just feel like you've been alone on your journey. And this girl is also looking about where she's going, you know, what's next, looking out into the future, trying to find that sunlight, that bright aspect to move forward, right? Where she's going. You could have maybe been overanalyzing this to like literally the death of it, whatever your situation is here. But I feel like with this unicorn card and this Nine of Swords, it's trust your intuition, right? Because this is our intuition and this is our mind. This is our ego. This can keep us up at night. Some of you maybe have had trouble sleeping. I'm also getting here dreams as well. So you could be getting messages from spirit in your dreams. And if you don't feel like you are, but you're having trouble sleeping or you've been overanalyzing a lot, you may need to, for some of you, I'm getting write things down, like so start a journal. But for others, what I'm getting is that you may need to put an intention when you go to bed that you want to receive information in your dreams. And then that way it allows your mind to kind of shut off. And then you can open yourself up in your dreams. And you can either write stuff down in the morning, like you could keep a dream journal. So some people write stuff down in the morning. Some people ask to be woken up when they receive that message. And then, you know, they kind of keep a journal, and whether it makes sense or not, they write down kind of what happened, and then they look back on it, and sometimes that stuff actually starts to make sense. Then we have the positive movement forward, number 8. So again, working and going towards that sunlight, right? Both of these cards, you know, this card here has a little bit of clouds and kind of some fogginess around the sun, so maybe not knowing how you're going to get somewhere. This here with this 8 of Wands, it's clear, right? That path forward of where you're going is clear. And I feel like for you guys, specifically, it's like you know your path forward. You know exactly where you're trying to go, and it is towards something new. So for some of you, this is new love possibly coming in, but for others of you, it's just a place of love, right? Like this destiny is where you're trying to get, is this Ace of Cups, right? Bringing love and joy and happiness into your life. And we're going to see specifically if there's anything going on with regards to some sort of new beginning for you guys, because I do feel like you're moving from kind of what used to be a little bit of a darker place. You're moving into a lighter place here. I feel like some of the questions that you've been asking of like, where's my future going? What's happening? That sort of thing. That's going to be coming in. Your answers that you're going to be needing or that you've been wanting are going to be coming in. And it's because there's some sort of action or progression forward with regards to just your life in general, I think, or your path forward, right? So let's see. Let's get some more cards for you guys. I'm going to pull a few oracles. I've got a few lined up. We'll kind of see what comes through. Yeah, looking deeper. Deep within me is majestic radiance. This is that unicorn, right? Looking deeper into the aspects of the unknown. Some of you have really possibly even too been doing some shadow work, working with your shadow to kind of look at things from a different perspective. And some of you, that's why you were kind of like, you know, in this suffering and silence, is because you're kind of in like a hermit mode, right? Where you're just like, you know what, I need to go within, I need to figure out things for myself. I need to look at myself and my own situation in order to kind of like be able to move forward or to progress forward. Like, you guys are realizing your influence that you have in your own life, right? Like, you know, you're creating your own reality, right? We have coming into power at the bottom of the deck. So I step into my power boldly and confidently. So you guys are coming into a very powerful place, and it's almost like this person has reached the sunlight, right? The sun is coming down on this person, and it's going to, I feel like this place that you're going is going to bring you a lot of strength, and it's going to bring your confidence back as well. So let's see what else we have for you guys. Group 1, what do they need to know? Group 1, what is it that they need to hear right now for Group 1? So, interesting that it knocked off love begins because we have commitment. And we have lighten your load. So some of you are very dedicated people. You may have a lot going on around you that some of you are you always take on new projects as well. I feel like for some of you, maybe you need a bit of a rest with this lighten your load. And I feel like for some of you, you have to commit to that. So if you lighten your load, don't lighten your load and then take on more things, you know? For some of you, there definitely could be a commitment, a love commitment coming in towards you here with these 2 cards. But it's once you can lighten your load to move forward that this is able to come in. So there is something here that possibly you're feeling you need to remove from your life. Like there could be a bit of a burden kind of sitting on you right now that is preventing you from moving forward, or you feel like it's preventing you from moving forward. Some of you just like, you literally are carrying and doing everything. And so you need to maybe kind of delegate some of your tasks or what it is that you're doing during the day. Like there might be some things, especially if you, for some of you, I'm getting like if you own a business, or even if you are like a manager or something like that, like delegating within your workplace things that you are able to, so that you can lighten your load, your mind can kind of free up. Bottom of the deck, we have animals. So some of you may need to reconnect with animals around you. Some of you are thinking of getting an animal as well, is what I want to say. Let's grab, I don't know if I want to do this deck yet. I think I want to do, oops. I think I want to do the energies here. So let's see. And then we're going to kind of dive in a little bit more of like what this new beginning is for you guys. So what else does Group 1 need to know? Group 1, what else do they need to know? We have body and soul, number 5. With a powerful move at the bottom of the deck, number 15. Interesting because we go from a 5 to a 6 here, right? So there is a little bit of like that cyclical energy here. With this body and soul, I feel like your body and your soul are coming into alignment. For some of you, part of your journey is to fuel your body better. So whether that means hydrating more, drinking less alcohol, drinking less coffee, eating better, eating more natural foods, eating more throughout the day or less throughout the day, whatever kind of it is for you. There's something about nourishing your body in this so that like you can actually flourish and you can bloom and you can blossom and grow. So maybe you're seeing even like in Canada here, we would be like a naturopath or somebody, even like a dietitian, like whatever it is for you guys. I feel like there's something about improving your health. Some of you, it could be on a physical level, like exercise wise. So maybe there's something you're training for or something that you're doing that is just kind of like improving your body. And I feel like in the process, it's healing your soul. I'm getting a lot of like 6th house Virgo energy from this, where it's like doing the day-to-day tasks in order to improve kind of your physicality and your health. So some of you have been working on that. And I feel like that is it's just bringing you into more of alignment with where you are, again, wanting to go. It's helping you move forward. And some of you, that could be part of this like lightening your load. So Maybe some of you are trying to lose weight. Some of you could be like eating less food, or like eating less of foods that weigh you down, that make you feel sluggish and boggy and just kind of that like gross feeling. So some of you, with regards to eating or movement, that could be something as well. With lighten your load, I'm getting like exercise wise, some of you might be doing lower weight exercises. And I feel like that is something that you need to continue to do. Or if you've been thinking about that, like more body weight, or just like resistance band exercises, or even like yoga, like something like that, where you're not in the gym lifting like crazy heavy weights. So kind of an interesting message, because I'm getting a lot of like that, like a lot of your body and lightening things, but also you questioning like where you're going. So some of you are really on like a new journey, a new path. And then we have a powerful move. So I see you, it's interesting. It's like you're winning, like you're going to have success. This does break down to a 6, which makes me think of like the 6 of Wands. You're unlocking some sort of door here, I want to say, to kind of like, again, that new path. I feel like whatever you've been doing up to this point, keep doing it. And if you haven't been doing anything, but you are getting these intuitive messages that you need to change something, I feel like you need to go and do that. I feel like that's what's going to help you kind of move forward and change things here. So let's see. I want to get a little more information, group 1, for this Love Begins. I want to see what is this new adventure? Where are we going? What is this positive movement forward? I feel like we are doing that. Let's see kind of where we're going. What's coming up? What does group 1 need to know about where they're going? We have Healer of the Ages, so another 6. So some of you could be healers, or you are getting healing work done as well. Let's see. Cornucopia, number 11. So some of you are coming into a lot of abundance here. I almost feel like, yeah, like once you heal your situation, or kind of like wherever you're at, that's when kind of this cornucopia can come in towards you guys. So we know it's very abundant. Like the place that you're going is very fruitful. Tell me more about this new place that group 1 is going. What is this new thing that's happening for group 1? What do they need to know right now about this situation? Group 1, what do they need to know right now? So we have, yeah, door to romance and caring connections. So you guys definitely could be entering a place of love and commitment. Some of you, this can just be you opening yourself up to this, right? It's like, I don't really feel a timeline, and I don't always like giving timelines. This is a timeless reading as well. So I feel like you're opening up, you're kind of like blossoming. You're opening up this door to romance. You're allowing love in. It's almost like you're unlocking your heart chakra here. It's going to allow a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of people around you that also care for you. And I feel like there could be this person possibly already in your life that, I don't feel like you've been in a relationship with them before, but I feel like they've been in your life for a little while. Some of you, it can be literally brand new. Because like I said, I don't feel like you've dated this person or been in a romantic relationship at all with this person. For others of you, it is just friends, family, that sort of thing, people that care about you. But I do see there being a committed relationship, because I do feel with this cornucopia as well, it's like you're kind of coming into this place of abundance, growth, something that's long lasting. I'm getting like 10 of Pentacles with this cornucopia. So something committed, something long lasted. We do have the commitment card here as well. And I feel like there's just going to be a lot of abundance in your connections and your relationships. Now, for some of you, you could be healing an old relationship. So if you're already in a committed relationship, you could be healing that as well, is what I'm getting. So if you're sitting here going, well, like, I'm not single, I'm in a relationship. I feel like some of you could be going through this path with your other person. Like, you're kind of going through this healing path together, and it's like together you're blooming and you're blossoming and you're coming into abundance. You both could be on, you know, kind of like a journey with your health or spirituality, that sort of thing. We have number 27, walking away, at the bottom of the deck here. Now, I feel like this has to do with this lightening your load. So I feel like you're kind of letting go of all the burdens. You're walking away from all the burdens because you're moving into a place of abundance. You're moving towards what makes you happy. And as well, I think for some of you, if you are single or you've been dealing with somebody, I feel like you've outgrown them. I feel like you're walking away from this situation. And for others of you who are in relationships, I feel like you're just walking away from the past. Like, you're walking away from things that have held you back, or situations that have maybe held you back when it comes to your relationship. So whatever's maybe gone on in your relationships, that could be what you guys are walking away from. So I do want to get some tarot. So I actually want to use this deck. So let's see if we can get any more information about this new romance. It looks like it's new romance, or like a rekindled romance almost too, is what I want to say. All right, so group one, what do they need to hear right now? What does group one need to hear right now? Group one. We have the Seven of Wands. Tell me more. What else does group one need to know? Wow, it's a lot of cards. That's too many cards. It's like a quarter of the deck. Okay, what else does group one need to know, please? What do they need to know right now? Interesting. Can I get one more card, please, for group one? Nice, Ace of Cups again. Okay. So we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Magician and the Ace of Cups. So some of you, it definitely is new love. You've been manifesting this for a while. I feel like possibly in the past, because I am getting this like past energy. I feel like this is changing because we had the Seven of Wands come in reverse, or sorry, kind of like sideways. Sorry for the glare. So I feel like originally it was like this, the Seven of Wands. You had some resistance. You were possibly confused. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like you're no longer confused about kind of where you're going, because I do see you manifesting one specific thing. So again, for some of you, it is love. For others of you, it's whatever you're trying to manifest, right? The Ace of Cups is just a new beginning. It's something that you do have a lot of love. For some of you, it could even, because it is Cups energy with that emotions, it definitely could be with regards to like some sort of creative project or something that brings you a lot of joy. So if you're even working on a business, like this is just something you really enjoy doing. It really fills you up. It really fills up your cup. It's like, you know exactly why you're doing it as well. So I feel like if it's a relationship, you know exactly what you want out of a relationship. And if it's a just like a project or that sort of thing, again, you know exactly why you're doing it. So I feel like I almost don't need to clarify what this thing is, other than if it's love and you don't have that in your life yet. I do feel like it's something that can lead to commitment here. And it's going to bring you a lot of joy and abundance as well. Like, I feel like the love in the connection is going to be very abundant. We do have the Ace of Cups twice. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So I do feel like there's something that you're needing to heal from in the past. There's definitely that healing energy, but also progression forward. So you're not staying in this Five of Cups energy. You're kind of walking away from it. And yeah, you're just like not letting it phase you is kind of what I want to say. So let's get you. Now I'm going to get from this Oracle deck. I want to kind of get advice for you guys. So let's see. What advice do we have for group one? What advice do we have for group one? So your first one, we have take a break. So it says life's work, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So again, this is that like lighten your load energy. I feel like that's kind of the key to unlocking this new path, is like freeing yourself, freeing your time, freeing your energy. Some of you, I feel like you need to take a break from people around you. Some of you need to physically take a break from work. And sometimes too, just like self-care, like just taking time for yourself. So even if you're not lightening your load or removing things from your week, I feel like you need to at least take an allotted amount of time each week to, dedicate to yourself, right? Take some time to like read a book, have a bath, go for a walk, do a skincare routine, like whatever it is, you just need to do something alone. So especially too, if you have children, I feel like you maybe need to, it's okay to take a break from your children, right? Like you have to fill up your own cup, right? Ace of Cups, fill up your own cup so that you are able to give to the people around you. Now we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. So some of you feel like you maybe can't release how you really feel. So again, like I was saying in the beginning with that unicorn energy, you feel different. You feel like possibly an outcast. You feel like just feel different than the people around you, difference of opinion. You see things differently. You see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. And you may feel like the people around you don't. And it's like you can't express yourself because, oh, well, what if they say this about me? Or what if what if they judge me? That sort of thing. So that's what this card is talking about, is share your voice. If people can't respect where you are and what your perception is, they don't deserve you in their life. If they can't just sit there and accept the difference in opinion and not take it personally, like that's their own stuff, If they're going to, kind of take what you say to heart and take it as especially when it's a viewpoint, right? If it's a viewpoint in how you view life and that sort of thing, if they take that personally, like that's them, right? Like that's their stuff and you don't need to carry that with you, right? And so share your voice and you'll attract the people that are meant to be in your life. Now there's also a way to express yourself, right? A diplomatic way to kind of express yourself so that you're not putting your viewpoints on other people as well, right? But I feel like for you guys, it's more of just actually sharing how you feel. So there may be a specific person, or it could just be in general, like sharing kind of who you are with other people, right? And expressing yourself, especially with that Ace of Cups, it's expressing yourself, right? Expressing your love, expressing how you feel about things, the things that you enjoy to do, that sort of thing. So especially if a relationship comes in here, I am seeing that you guys, if you do have a little bit of that fear that you may need to heal, a little bit of that fear of like, oh, well, what if I say or do the wrong thing? What if they don't have the same beliefs as me and blah, 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 blah. Like that's all your ego talking, right? Follow your intuition. You know the answer and share your voice. Speak your truth. Be authentic. Now we do have unbound, so releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I do actually see you releasing this energy of like this burden, this fear. Some of you need to release this. You need to free yourself from this judgment that you almost like place on yourself, right? I feel like with the healing that you guys are doing and the movement forward that you're having, I do feel like you're making massive progress forward. I feel like you're breaking generational traumas, generational curses, like whatever you want to kind of call them, right? Where it's like, you know, my mom's mom, and like her 7 sisters all had the same experience in life, and like you're not letting that happen. You're breaking patterns here, generational patterns. And I feel like it's deep, like it's a lot bigger. So some of you could be doing something, again, very out of the norm with this unicorn energy. It's like you're seeing something from a different perspective. And you're like, I'm not going to do it that way. That's not what I want to do. And it's not how I don't see this benefiting what we've been doing in the past, right? And so it's needing to release that energy and do something different, right? So follow the path. Different isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's very innovative and it's freeing as well, or it can be. So there is something you guys are releasing, especially with this walking away. Like there's something you guys are releasing from your life, and it could be people, but I feel like if anything, it's just like a way of being that you have been kind of like going about life. And it's not, I feel like it's just something that you've been conditioned to know. So some of you, it's a literal person, like it could be a past relationship, like it can be on that level. Let's see. So I want to kind of see what your self-care message is. So what self-care message does group 1 need? Can I get a card for group 1, please? What do they need to know for their self-care message? And self-care did come up here, so this could be something that you maybe already enjoy to do, or you are needing. This is funny, this one that came out. Plan a vacation. What a year to have to do this. So unfortunately, depending on kind of where you're at, planning a vacation in the sense of going on a plane, going somewhere nice and warm and, you know, kind of destination-y might not necessarily be applicable. But I do feel like this is also referring to taking time for yourself, right? Like this girl looks very much at peace, right? She's just kind of like just loving where she's going. And I feel like as well, it's also telling you to enjoy the journey of where you're going. I do feel like, so for some of you, what I feel is wherever you're going or whatever you maybe plan, like maybe plan a weekend away just on your own. So whether that's renting a cottage or renting a hotel and just like being by yourself, like having that space by yourself. Again, it depends on kind of where you're at. Maybe it's like sending your kids to the grandparents and having a week by yourself or a weekend by yourself at your house, right? Like you can kind of get creative with what it is that you want to do, but I feel like you need to plan time for yourself. Like I was saying before, like spot out time, spot out time in your week to kind of do things for you and yourself without other people. Because I feel like this is like a self, like again, it's self-care, but I feel like it's something for you. And then at the bottom of this deck, we have connect with your ancestors. So some of you, this could be through meditation as well, dream time, like I was saying. So some of you may be connecting with your ancestors through your dreams. And I feel like that's kind of where, again, it's this heart center, right? So opening up the heart, I feel like you guys are already doing that. I feel like you're growing, you're expanding, and it's connecting your heart chakra and your third eye are connected. So the more open you are to connections and people around you, the more you're going to see things from a different perspective. So if you're wanting to open up your intuition more, I feel like possibly one, connect with your ancestors, but the other part of that too, I feel is doing some more meditation, opening up the other chakra systems. So you may want to do like some chakra rebalancing. Maybe you see a Reiki teacher or a healer, that sort of thing. But I do feel like you guys have a strong healing quality to you as well. But there's a lot of healing energy in your reading. So whether that means I feel like for some of you, you give and you heal so many other people, and then it's like you don't do it for yourself. And so you're needing to kind of give back to your own body and soul here. Okay. So group 1, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If this doesn't resonate, you can always check out the other piles, or you can check out another reading. Maybe something else will come up for you. But even if you only got one small little message, then maybe that's all you needed out of this reading. So anyways, again, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are interested in learning how to read tarot, I do have a free tarot guide, so that'll be listed down below as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check that out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi, group number 2, welcome. This is going to be your reading. If you picked group number 2, you picked this cute and tiny little aquamarine heart. Literally, I don't know if you guys have watched any of my other videos. I posted a weekend reading where I talked about how I wasn't really sure what size it was going to be, and it came this tiny, and it was so cute. But anyways, group 2, this is going to be your reading. This is for what you need to hear right now. So I pre-pulled some cards here already. So we have an animal card, and then we have 3 tarot cards. Well, oracle kind of tarot cards. And we're going to pull a bunch of oracle cards throughout this, but I think we will pull some tarot. We'll kind of see where we get and what messages kind of come through. I did pull some tarot for group 1, so we'll kind of see what messages come through, but there will be a lot more oracle than there is tarot in this reading. So let's get into it. So your animal energy is the peacock, which is air energy. We have intuition, number 2. We have number 9, solitude. And we have number 7, triumph. So we have all major arcanas for you. I love that. So a big message for you guys with 3 major arcana. So we have, this would be the High Priestess, we have the Hermit, and then we have the Chariot. So I like this because it does show movement and success from where you are or kind of where you're going and coming from. So let's start with this peacock energy. So peacock energy, so this is air energy. The peacock itself is very beautiful and radiant, right? Lots of colors. They kind of show off, you know, we kind of talk about like the term peacocking, right? Like you're kind of like puffing your chest. And so this energy is like, there's an energy within you that you express outwards towards the towards people around you, just kind of in life, right? So there's a deep love and confidence that comes within the peacock energy, which radiates outwards. So I feel like for some of you, you either are struggling to express this. I think that's kind of what you're finding with this High Priestess and the Hermit together. I feel like there's like this is growing within you. It's coming deep within you. You're kind of trusting your intuition more. You're kind of going within. You're finding your star qualities, and you're finding that confidence about yourself to kind of like show it to the world. So I think you guys have been doing some deep healing work, and you've definitely been very quiet. I feel like you've been very quiet, possibly towards people. I think you've probably been kind of keeping to yourself, or you've just kind of you've been feeling possibly a little isolated as well. But I feel like you kind of want to be that way with the High Priestess. Like I feel like you don't feel a need to go and do things right now, or you're not wanting to. With the High Priestess specifically, this does obviously talk about our intuition, as it says down below here. So trusting our intuition, there may be some things that are still kind of hidden that you're trying to find, that you're trying to discover about yourself. But you know all of those things deep down within you. The High Priestess energy is kind of this energy of, she does have a lot of potential, right? Like, because she knows so much, she does have a lot of potential in wherever she decides that she wants to go. And that's that Chariot card, that number 7 with triumph, that's victory, that's success in wherever you're going. But it's because it comes from a place of intuition and not our ego. And so sometimes this peacock energy can be very ego-based, right? Because it can kind of be flaunty and just kind of like, in its negative side, you know, you can be somebody who like boasts a little bit too much. But I don't really feel like that's the case for you guys. I feel like you're realizing your potential. You're realizing what you actually have within you and how you need to bring it out and express it to the world. And it's following your intuition and not your ego, because when you follow your ego, you get too ego-based and ego-driven, right? Too much confidence in a bad way, right? But when we follow our intuition, it's just enough, and it's so magnetic, and it attracts other people towards you when you're in that state. So I almost feel like there's a part of you that almost like doesn't even need to do anything. Like, you are magnetic and you're becoming more and more magnetic. Because it's interesting as well, because it's like this Triumph card is coming towards, right? Is moving towards this Hermit energy, which means that there could be something coming in quickly towards you, right? There could be an opportunity coming in towards you here, but whatever it is, it's going to be successful. And I feel like you have all the knowledge. With the Solitude card, you've really been kind of looking at your life. You've been looking at your situation. You've been possibly reading a lot of books or gaining a lot of information. So maybe like you're reading a lot online, or you're following a certain like mentor, somebody who, I feel like it would be more online or in a book. I don't feel like it's a physical person maybe that you've met, but you may have somebody that you really like to listen to or use their information. For some of you, what's coming up is Eckhart Tolle. So that may be related to you. So maybe you're reading one of his books, or you listen to him, or you have listened to him, that sort of thing. And I think what it is, I mean, the Hermit card is very solitude. It's very alone. You're by yourself. No one else is around. But when no one else is around, that's the time that you can find yourself. So you're learning more and more about yourself, I feel, by listening to other mentors, other people, about the spiritual path or about how to improve yourself. So some of you are doing a lot of personal development, that sort of thing. But you're also trusting your intuition at the same time. So you're using your intuition, gaining more intuitive insight and power as well. I feel like your intuition is strengthening. It's very strong at this time. But it's because you trust yourself. You're learning to trust yourself, and you're learning to look after yourself as well, is also what I want to say. Now, with this Triumph card, I do see victory. I feel like possibly whatever you're thinking about with the intuition, like whatever you've been trying to work on or to learn more about, whatever healing work that you've been doing, I feel like you will be successful. For some of you, this is something or someone coming in towards you as well. So very much could be a physical person. We have Cancer, Virgo, and I want to say Pisces as well. And so there could be something, maybe that's one of your signs, or maybe that's this person that could be coming in. But if anything, it's a person or a situation. There's something here that's coming in very quickly, where it might kind of like require you to go within and think about this. But I feel like you know the answers. You don't really need to spend that much time on it, because I feel like you know with the High Priestess here, you know what to do. And if anything, I feel like you, regardless, it's like you know what to do to have success. You just have to go within. All right. So I also feel people see you as somebody very successful, very victorious, especially with that peacock energy and that triumph. I feel like you guys are just like radiating positivity and success. So let's see. What does group 2 need to know right now? What other things or messages does group 2 need to know right now? Okay. So we have giving birth. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. We have revealing radiance. This is like that peacock energy. It says, my light illuminates the world. And then we have simplify your life. It says, I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So I feel like things are going to get easier. You are coming into a new place as well. Like I feel like people really see your strength and your power. And I feel like you're kind of, again, you're going within, right? Like see how this energy here, she's like kind of just in her own little bubble. It's like you're really protecting your energy. And I really feel like you're giving birth to a new situation or even a new you. Like there's just a part of you that is radiating something totally different compared to what other people typically see. Like I just see so much like expansion. And again, with that like revealing radiance, like typically the Hermit card in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a star in the little cage that the Hermit is holding and looking at. This is you looking at your potential, realizing your potential. And I feel like now you just need to show it to the world, right? Because the Hermit keeps it locked up. But there's this star power within you. There's this radiance within you that needs to be expressed because you have so much to give the world and the people around you. So if you're holding back, I feel like for some of you, there's something you've maybe been working on here, or even just part of yourself that you're holding back from other people. You're not letting people see your true, authentic self. And I feel like with that peacock energy, that's what they're wanting you to do. This is kind of what your spirit or your soul is wanting you to do, is to kind of reveal this radiance within, like show the world the radiance that you have. Now we do have simplify your life. I cherish the simple pleasures in life. And it's below the triumph card here, right? So for some of you, this is like realizing your successes that you have already accomplished. This is realizing all of the great and wonderful things that you've already achieved, and realizing your success, realizing what you've offered. Sorry, my hand is super shaky. I had coffee. Realizing your potential, right? And realizing that it doesn't have to be some big, grand, crazy thing that you're triumphant at. Sometimes it's something small. Like I cleaned the house today, right? That's a triumph. That is a victory. That is a win, right? Sometimes it can be as simple as that. And so it's realizing the small things, right? Especially if you're going through a transformation period, or you've been going through a little bit of a lull where you feel a little isolated, or you feel a little alone. You maybe feel like you just don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to do anything. Possibly your motivation has been a little decreased lately. I feel like you're there's something new that you're kind of cooking here. There's like a bun in the oven, and I mean, some of you, maybe there literally is. But I feel like if all you are able to do is the simple things, then just do that and be happy and realize that that's important too. And if it's one thing that you did that day, it's one thing, right? Like you don't have to do all of the things. Bottom of the deck, we have dwelling in truth. So it says, I stand in the light of truth. So this is realizing your truth, your potential, what you have to offer. And again, it is a little bit of that intuition as well, right? Gaining that perspective that you are the light. The light is within you. You have that light, right? With that Hermit energy, it's in you. It's there. So let's see. What other messages does group 2 need to hear right now? What other messages does group 2 need to hear right now? Messages. We have animals. So some of you maybe need to spend some more time with animals. You could be thinking of getting an animal. I am getting like an earthy energy, like connecting back to kind of ancestral energy, connecting back to your roots. So if there's any sort of like practices that you follow or something that maybe you grew up doing, like maybe connecting back to that. For some of you, you have a previous animal, or like they kind of like watch over you. There could be like an animal totem as well that you maybe follow. Bottom of the deck, we have finding. So again, I feel like you're finding yourself. You're finding this spark, this aspect of you. You're finding it. And there is a butterfly in that card there, which shows that there's a transformation here. I feel like some of you are going through the transformation phase. And so that's why you're kind of to yourself, because you're kind of starting to give birth to something, and then you're going to be ready to charge forward. All right. What else does group 2 need to know? Group 2. What else does group 2 need to know? The royal you. Yes, I love that. I'm getting big Leo energy from this. So you may have Leo in your chart. You could be dealing with a Leo. But it can just be the energy that you're embodying as well. This is you. This is what you're finding. This is what you're searching for. It does break down to a 7, so you are guided. It is a spiritual number 7. And it does, the 7 in the tarot cards, all of them, all 4 of them, and it's interesting because we have the 7 here with the triumph as well. They all talk about challenges. And overcoming those challenges, right? Reaping the rewards of something, or like defending what it is that you're working on. There's this energy of you creating and finding this energy within you, this royal you, right? And I feel like for some of you as well, it's creating boundaries so that you can keep this energy, right? Especially if there's people around you that kind of dim your light and don't allow you to fully express yourself. I do feel like you're guided in your path forward for sure, especially with this triumph, like whatever you're working towards, there's definitely this big energy around kind of what it is that you are eventually going to be showing the world. We also have at the bottom of the deck, great big love, which breaks down to an 8. So we have a 7 and an 8 here. So cyclical energy in that sense. Oh, and it's so funny, we have a 9 underneath that with a grand symphony. So I love that. So 7, 8, and 9. You're definitely opening up your heart as well. Some of you are healing your heart with a great big love here. You're overcoming any past challenges with regards to love, and it doesn't have to be like romantic relationships. It can just even be things from childhood. It can be friendships, like whatever has maybe gone wrong or hasn't worked out from a relationship standpoint, romantic or platonic. You guys are overcoming that, and you're realizing your worth. So if anything has kind of like knocked your confidence, I feel like you're healing from that, and you're kind of, you're moving forward. And I think that with the grand symphony behind that, again, it's like big triumph energy here. Let me just move my coffee. Okay, so I want to get some more energy around this, this triumph. What is this? Like, what are we having victory and success in? What is this victory and success? There's a lot here of you guys realizing your potential. What is this victory and success for group 2? Tell me about this. Tell me about this victory and success. What do they need to know about this right now? Group 2. Woman holding a heart. So 44. So 4s may be important to you. We have blossoming abundance. Number 3. I'm just going to move these. Got a bunch of cards here. Then we have 6th chakra, number 40. So this is your third eye chakra. So again, there's a lot of like your intuition, seeing things, seeing the potential in things, seeing things from a different perspective. I feel like you're seeing yourself from a different perspective. You realize that there's so much that you have to offer. And if people aren't willing to give that to you, or they're not, it's like if they're not letting you shine, then they don't deserve to be in your life, is kind of what I'm getting. I do feel like, again, you're healing this heart. You're realizing some of you are opening yourself back up to love. We have community. Yeah. So some of you could be like literally even dating. So that's another 7 card. We have 21. So we have strategy. So this breaks down to a 3 as well with this blossoming abundance. So some of you could be writing in your journal a lot. Some of you could literally be planning out, how am I going to achieve this abundance? Some of you are really, okay, so let me break this up. Some of you are going to be going out into your community. So if it's love, I feel like it's dating. And I feel like with this strategy, I feel like you're trying to figure out, what do I want? How do I want to go and get it? You know, like, how am I going to achieve what it is that I truly want? And what do I really want with that 6th chakra there? Seeing things and seeing through people and kind of the lies and the deception as well, that possibly some people are kind of like leading down that path of. Now, if this is a business or kind of like creative type of a project, you're trying to figure out, how do I put this out into the world? I have so much to give the people around me. So some of you are healers, that sort of thing. And you're trying to find a way to express yourself within the community and how it's going to bring you abundance. Like, you're really trying to figure out, okay, how do I want to take action? So we do have the action card here. So you're using your intuition as well to figure out which action you need to take. And again, that kind of reminds me of the Chariot energy, right? Which we have up here, because we have the 2 horses, the black and the white horses, and they're almost like running free. It's like you've let go of control of the outcome, and you're just taking action because intuitively you know that this is the right way to go. So you guys are going to, I feel like if you haven't really if there's something you want to take action towards, but you haven't really thought about how you're going to achieve it, you maybe need to kind of come up with a plan or a strategy, because I feel like that's going to help guide you in which direction to go. But really, I think for a lot of you, it's like, how do I put myself out there? How do I express my peacock energy? Like, how do I express myself and get myself out there? But bottom of the deck, we have 37, which breaks down to a 10. This is the 3rd chakra. So this is your solar plexus chakra. So just kind of below the top of the ribs here and into the upper part of the stomach is kind of where this chakra position sits. And so this is all about like doing and taking action and like confidence and belief in yourself. And I feel like that this is what you guys are gaining, right? Like, this is that finding energy. This is that royal you. This is like you seeing your true potential. This is what this whole reading is about, is like seeing your worth and your potential in this situation, or just like within your life here as well, is what I want to say. I'm just going to put that down here. So I do want to get some tarot. Let's learn a little more about this for group 2. Group 2. All right. So what else does group 2 need to know about this triumph and this path that they're on? What do they need to know right now? So we have Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that's too many. Get less cards, please. This deck, sometimes when I shuffle it, gives out chunks. It's not For some reason, they like to come out that way. They're thicker cards too, so it's harder to tell. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, Strength. So I want to say slow and steady wins the race. Some of you need to kind of, again, like tame your action. So there is a part of you that wants to kind of run wild and free and just like, just be successful right away. Like you want to have that success immediately, but you are needing to kind of just like slow yourself a little bit, because I do feel like there needs to be, again, a bit of that strategy in order to achieve what it is that you're, because you have a very specific goal, I feel. And so there is a little bit of like needing to tame some part of you and make a plan is what I want to say. Yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. So gaining that clarity around your situation will be beneficial before moving forward. It's like, she's kind of saying like, okay, hold on, let's think about this. But again, the Ace of Swords is also a victory, right? This is a victory card here that you're experiencing. We have the Three of Wands. So this is all about, the Three of Wands can be a card of waiting. It can also be a card of, it's a little bit of like, you've manifested, you've put what you want out into the world. Like you've really thought about what it is that you want to achieve, and now you're waiting for it to happen. So I feel like some of you are waiting for clarity. You're trying to figure out like, how do I move forward, right? I feel like you will be gaining that clarity, so there's no need to worry there in that sense. Whatever you're trying to achieve, there could be some even communication that's coming in towards you here with this Ace of Swords that's going to give you some clarity as well. We have the Three of Cups, so more of that like community. So again, getting yourself out there, dating if that relates to you, or even just getting out in your community, socializing more, that sort of thing. And for some of you, it's like networking, that sort of thing. And then we have the Devil. So again, you're very committed and almost like obsessed about achieving whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You really, really, really want this. And I feel like you're very clear on what you want, and that's kind of why. But there is like a strong, determined energy around wanting to achieve this. And it's like, you're not going to stop until you do achieve it. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So again, you're kind of creating more stability in your life, or that's kind of your goal. I feel like your ships are going to be coming in. You will be successful in whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. This is also a card of celebration, happiness, right? Coming together with people. Okay, so it can even be partnership. So maybe you're partnering up with somebody. The Two of Cups here is as well here. So this is also you connecting to your higher self. If this isn't love, so this could be a commitment coming in towards you, or you kind of eventually hitting that milestone of that commitment. But I feel like for some of you, what it is, it's just you and your higher self are connected. There is an aspect of you guys really seeing your purpose and going towards your purpose as well, with the Judgment card even behind that. So there's a decision as well. These are kind of can break down into twos, like 2-2, right? And 2. So it's a 4. And then with the Judgment card, it's all about making a decision. So there may be a decision of like how to move forward, how to express yourself, how to kind of achieve. And I feel like you guys are going to achieve it for sure. I feel like you've learned from the past. You've learned a lot about yourself as well with that intuition energy. You've learned a lot from your past because you've done a lot of inner reflection here. And I feel like it's just a matter of following your calling. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Oracle deck I'm going to use talks about your calling and your purpose and following that, because I feel like that's kind of what you guys with your higher self are being called to do, is like go towards your calling, because you're going to be victorious in that. So let's see if there's any sort of like advice or additional information that group 2 needs to know for what they need to hear. What does group 2 need to hear? What messages do you have for them from this deck? What messages does group 2 need to hear? Group 2, what does group 2 need? So the first card we have is Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So this is taking care of yourself. This is nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself first before you give to other people as well. And it's also a card of like, no one's going to do this for you, right? Like you have to do this for yourself. This is a path that you have to take on your own, right? Which is challenging because sometimes it feels very lonely and you feel like no one is there to support you. But I feel like you don't need other people to support. Like you can do that yourself, right? It's learning that inner strength, that inner power, that aspect of you that like you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, right? You have that capability within you. We have don't dim to fit in. So it says, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So again, that peacock energy, right? Letting that expression of yourself, letting yourself truly express who you are, how you feel. Again, we had that like radiance, like expressing your radiance to people around you, giving that radiance to people around you so that they can be successful too. And I feel like you have a lot to share, but you're holding it back. And you're needing to kind of like figure out why you're holding it back. Like what is the fear? And then release yourself from that and figure out a plan and action of how to move forward. Bottom of the deck, we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So again, this does, you're meant to do whatever you're doing right now. You're meant to go through the path that you're going through right now. You're meant to help these people. Like whatever you're being called to do, you're definitely meant to do it. And yeah, I feel like this more so relates to like a business, a project, a career, like a job, versus like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. I do feel like there's people around you that have tried to kind of like suppress you a little bit, but I feel like you're finding yourself and you're not really, I feel like for some of you, you're stepping outside that box. You're finding your true power and your potential. So what is the self-care message for group 2? What does group 2 need to know for self-care? Group 2 self-care. What do they need to know? Let's get one card here for group 2 for self-care. What do they need to know? All right. We have sync with the moon. So some of you, there are ways to work with the moon. So maybe paying attention to that. As well, I want to say, look at what, like, are we at a new moon? Are we coming up to a new moon? Are you coming up to a full moon? Because this reading's timeless. When I'm doing this reading, there is a full moon coming up on February 27th. Or I don't know if I said new moon. I meant full moon, if I said the opposite. There is a full moon coming up. So if you're watching this in around that time, because I think it'll be posted, this video will be posted in around that full moon time period. So maybe learning more about the moon, and its how it functions might be beneficial for you. So you can actually work with those energies. So that might be something for you guys, or maybe you already do that. As well as what I'm getting is like doing a ritual of some sort with the moon. So setting your intentions, that sort of thing. And then bottom of the deck, we have sex. So maybe some of you are needing to kind of express yourself in a different way. Or again, some of you, maybe it could even just be like I feel like for some of you, it's just kind of like releasing from expectations, right? Like some of us, especially when it comes to sex and relationships as well, like it's something that other people feel like they can kind of pose their opinions and viewpoints on. And I feel like maybe this is a way of you of getting away from that. I don't know. That's kind of just what came through. So that is what I have for you, group 2. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. If you are interested or you have been wanting to learn how to read tarot for yourself or even for others, I do have a free tarot guide that will be down below. So you can click the link of that. It's a tarot keyword guide that I created for you guys. So if that's something that interests you, you can get that down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If this didn't resonate with you, feel free to check out one of the other piles, or you can check back at a different pick a card reading. I try to do ones that are a little bit more timeless, and just so then people can, whenever they see them and they come across them, they can they can watch them. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi, group 3, welcome. So this is going to be your pick a card reading for what you need to hear right now. If you chose this group, you chose the Clear Quartz Heart Crystal. Okay, so I have picked some cards already here. So we have an animal card, and then we have a couple tarot cards. And then we're going to pull a lot more oracle than we are tarot. So I will be pulling some tarot. I've pulled some for each group, but a lot of it's going to be oracle messages because I felt like kind of that's what I wanted to do. So let's get into what you need to know. So group number 3, we have the lion is your animal. Then we have number 12, sacrifice. We have number 2, sacral chakra. And then we have number 5, which is financial and material changes. So, so let's start with the lion. So the lion energy is someone who is a master at their own craft. They're very, they've got everything under control. So sometimes they seem a little distant. They can seem a little not really invested or kind of like standoffish. But really what it is they're just focused on their own goals and their own tasks at hand and getting things done efficiently and effectively. And they ultimately have success. There is a lot of success. Like the lion gets what needs to be done. And I think some of you, especially when it comes to like personal development, change, like I feel like some of you are trying to change your life. You feel like there's something you maybe have to sacrifice in order to get what it is that you're trying to create. Some of you, I see it being like changing your financial situation or something about your 3D world, your tangible. I am drawn to the fingers on that financial and material changes. So some of you could even be wanting to move a commitment to a higher level, or you're wanting some sort of relationship to hit a higher level. But ultimately, you're dedicated to the path, right? You're dedicated to achieving it, and like nothing's going to stop you because you have a vision for what you're trying to achieve. Now, what you're trying to achieve does come with some sacrifice. So there's something here. This is a major arcana. There's something here that you're feeling like you need to give up in order to move forward, right? And I think that, I think this is the Hanged Man, I believe this would resonate with, but I'm not sure. I think it's the Hanged Man. Regardless, so there's something you need to possibly give up or kind of shift a perception in something of like what's important and what's not important in order for you to grow, in order for you to improve your financial situation or your material world or relationships, whatever it may be for you. There's something here that I almost feel like you need to give up. I feel like there's something still blocking you that is affecting your growth and how things manifest and how things move forward. With the sacral chakra energy here, this is all about growth and expansion. Okay, so this sits kind of like around your belly button area. So this is all about creativity, fertility, reproduction, you know, kind of that aspect of our physical body, but in kind of more general terms, it can just be something we're trying to create. It's our creativity, it's our inspiration, it's our passion. It also comes with like a lot of like sexual energy as well. So there's something about like your passion and creating and following what brings you passion as well, is what I kind of want to say. I feel like it's a passion project. Like I feel like there's a physical path that you're trying to take in order to improve a situation. I feel like there could be even just be in a general aspect, there could just be even a change to a job. Like you could be trying to change how you make money or what you do to make money. But again, some of you, it's coming into a commitment as well, is what I want to say, or like wanting to move more into commitment. Some of you are just committed to the path, like committed to the change, like I was saying with that lion energy. I feel like you know exactly what you want to achieve. It's just a matter of sacrificing in order for that thing to grow. So there's something here that you maybe need to give up to continue on your path that you're so dedicated to achieving here. So there's something with regards to, again, this sacrifice. There's something that it could be sacrificing time. It could be sacrificing relationships. It could be sacrificing what you currently already do in order to make space for change. Because that's the other thing too, is we have to create space in order for new things to come in, right? So what else does group 3 need to know right now? So we have savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. So again, this is kind of that like self-care, like on your own path. We have revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. Yeah, there's something you're trying to create that is like an expression of yourself. Expecting miracles. We have miracles are blossoming in my life. So there is good things coming in towards you here. I feel like you know that. Now, for others of you, what I'm also getting from this savoring pleasure, I feel like some of you have put your own self on the back burner. And it's telling you not to do that. Don't sacrifice your own happiness and your own stability in order to get what you want or to appeal to other people. So again, this lion energy is very much about being dedicated to your own personal path, your own development, not the development of other people. Like you're not responsible for other people is also what I want to say. So some of you maybe need to do more self-care because you've been sacrificing that in order to achieve something. So just make sure that you are taking care of yourself in that aspect. But I do see good things coming in, like whatever you are trying to create or working on creating, it's definitely going to show, people are going to see this like new version of you. You're going to shine. You're going to be, it's like, this is meant for you is what I want to say. Whatever you're working on is meant for you. So let's get some more oracle for you guys. Inspiration. There's a lot of fire energy here. So you guys may have fire in your chart. Maybe you're a sun sign fire or even rising. A lot of inspiration, a lot of passion. And you have a lot of inspiration to change your situation here. A lot of inspiration. You're really dedicated and motivated to change a situation in your life, whatever that is for you. Again, this is a general reading, so this can be anything in your life, but and if you have lost this inspiration, you need to find that spark. You need to find that energy because that's what's needed in order to change your situation. And some of you have lost the spark because you haven't been catering to yourself. You're needing to do more kind of like self-work in that aspect. Bottom of the deck, we have home. Some of you, like I said, it's very material based. Like it's something in your physical world that you're trying to change. So some of you may be trying to move home. Some of you maybe need to spend more time at home, or you're feeling like you're maybe at home all the time. Some of you could be creating a home business as well. Like you're trying to figure out how to make money from home as well. So that could be for some of you too. let's get some more. I feel like there's so much inspiration, so much passion here. It's almost more of a question of like, what are you going to do with it? All right. What else does group 3 need to know? Bearing fruit and seeing beyond. I love this. Okay, so bearing fruit, number 12, breaks down to a 3. So much Empress energy here. Just like a lot of growth, a lot of abundance, manifesting things that you want that are actually going to physically, tangibly grow. Like, again, there's so much about your expansion here. But some of you need to bring it back to yourself. It's like you need to have that self-care in order for things to start expanding. Like, you need to create more time, I almost feel, in your life. Like, you may have to sacrifice other things in order to make room so that this can grow, because I feel like it needs space to grow. And with that feminine growth energy where like you don't even really have to do anything, it just happens, that energy comes or is able to come in when we have more space, when we've nurtured ourselves. And so I feel like you're really needing to nurture yourself here, right? If you want things to grow, you have to first look after it. You have to feed it. You have to water it. You have to, make sure it's getting enough sunlight. All of those things within yourself you need to do to be able to bear this fruit. Because I feel like you are going to be, there's definitely a lot of abundance. There's something coming into your life that's going to blossom. It's going to grow. It's going to expand. And it's whatever you've been working on. I feel like you've already been you're either have been thinking about it and you're trying to figure out how do I make this a thing, or you're in the process of it, of making it a thing. Now we have seeing beyond. And as you can see, she's got her third eye here that is very open. So a lot of you, you need to kind of like trust your intuition when it comes to making decisions, as well as what I want to say is, trusting to make decisions, but as well, I'm also getting the answer of whatever you're searching for. The answers are within you. There was something else there and it escaped me. Again, it's that feminine energy, right? I'll have to come back to that because there's something there. There's still something there. It escaped me for some reason. Yeah, there's something about like your inspiration and seeing beyond, seeing things from a different perspective. Oh, that's what it was. Seeing your vision, holding your vision. Seeing that long-term goal and like making baby steps and smaller goals in order to achieve it, right? Is kind of what I was getting with that seeing beyond. It's like seeing the bigger picture, seeing what's coming in the near future. So if you have a vision, you need to stick with it with that lion energy. So I want to get some more information on kind of what's changing here. So what does group 3 need to know about this change? Yeah, so financial constraints. So I feel like some of you have maybe felt a little tight for cash, or you feel like you maybe don't have a lot to spend, whatever that means for you. Like sometimes we've got money in the bank, but we don't feel like it's ours to spend. It's saving for other things. Let's see what else comes up. Some of you are needing to save more. What is this change? Tell me more about this change for group 3. Second chakra, so that's sacral chakra again. So there's definitely something you guys are creating. Tell me more. What else? The world. There's that vision again. Let's get one more. What else does group 3 need to know about this change? Hostilities, 26. Bottom of the deck, we have all tied up, number 23. So yeah, some of you feel restricted. Some of you feel you feel bound, and that's why you want to change your situation. I feel like you feel stuck with where you are, and you're like, I need to get out of this. I need to break free of this. And I feel like kind of with that financial constraint, some of you may feel like this way financially, like, and you're like, I need to change this. Something else, something's got to give, you know? And I think that it comes from, this is kind of where your passion stems from, of like wanting to create change, is like, I need more. This isn't enough. I don't have enough. And again, it can be money, but it can be just anything in general. Like, this isn't working. Whatever this situation is where you feel constrained in, it's not working. For some of you, it's definitely financially, with those two financial cards. Some of you feel like your money is tied up, like you can't access it or you can't get to it. And so you're trying to find a way to create more. I do feel like there's something you're working on. There is something with regards to like a vision of where you want to go with this 29 card, with the World. What's happening here? There we go. With this 29 card with the World, this is you casting a vision, looking out into the future, saying, what do I want? You know, like the world is your oyster, right? Like you can have anything that you want. What is it that you desire to have? This is that vision, holding that vision, keeping that vision. Because I feel like the vision motivates you, like where you want to go, I feel like you guys are a bit of a dreamer. Like you're like, oh, it would be so awesome to like have this and this and this. But there's a need for you to create space in your life for this. And I feel like this could be where this like hostilities comes from. I do feel like you guys are there is some sort of like prosperity, abundance coming towards you, and other people may not like that. People also might not like your path that you're on for some reason. I feel like you changing what you're doing, or you going towards whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, achieve, create, people aren't going to like it. They're going to feel like they have to be defensive. You may also feel defensive of your dreams, like if people are putting you down. But I almost feel like people feel like you're this way, especially with that lion energy. Like if you get really motivated and really focused on your goal, people are going to be pissed that you're not paying attention to them. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of like a little bit of that, like almost like a little bit of arrogance, where like they feel like their time is more valuable than what your dream is. And you're just like not having it. I don't feel like you're giving into this energy, but there may be people around you that are trying to kind of pull you down or make you feel like whatever you're going towards is silly or dumb and it's like non-attainable. But I feel like you're not letting that phase you. And if you kind of come into that, don't let it phase you, is what I want to say as well. Because I feel like you have a very specific goal. There's something you're very much trying to improve here, when it comes to your life. So let's get some tarot. I want to see more about this. What is this inspiration? What you guys are trying to achieve? What is it? What is it that group 3 needs to know? What does group 3 need to know right now? We have the 8 of Cups. And that goes with that sacrifice, right? Like, again, that can be those hostilities, is if you're moving away from things, you're sacrificing other relationships, other people. Like, people are going to be upset because you're not feeding their ego. So the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Cups. Oops. We have the King of Swords. I want to get one more with this King of Swords here. I do see you guys getting some clarity on your path, like you know where you're going. And I think that's why there's this energy of like, no one's going to stop me, because you're like, I know, yeah, the World again. Empress at the bottom of the deck. I love that. So again, a lot of growth here, a lot of growth, a lot of expansion. You guys definitely, I feel, are walking away from something. You're sacrificing something. You're moving on. And I feel like it very much goes with this 10 of Swords. So the 8 of Cups is moving away from situations, people, places, things that do not serve you. to go and find something better, something that does make you happy. And that's that 9 of Cups, which we do have out here. It's going and finding that cup that's going to fulfill you. It's going to make you happy. I feel like there could have been a painful ending or a hard ending here when you did walk away. People could have been upset. You could have been upset. It could have been challenging. It did feel like a sacrifice. Like you did feel like you had to give something up in order to move forward and achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. But I feel like you knew, like, again, there's like this vision that you have where you're like, yes, this is hard to give up and get rid of, but I need to move on. I need, there's something better out there for me. And you know this with this King of Swords, like, you know what's going to make you happy. And I feel like with the 8 of Cups, especially, like it's walking your path, right? It's moving forward on your path to find what you're looking for. And the 8 of Cups as well, with the, like, that lion energy, personal development, right? Like continuing down your path. It's continuing down your path, and it's not letting anyone or anything phase you. You're doing the hard work. You're doing the work that's needed to be done in order to fulfill yourself and to keep improving. Like personal development is this lion. Like you are committed to the growth. And if you're not, you need to be, right? Like that's kind of your message, is like you need to kind of find that spark, that passion, that energy within you to move you forward. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but good things come from challenges, right? Like it might suck in the meantime, but eventually you are going to hit some good situations, right? There is going to be happiness here. I do feel like there's a dream. You guys have a dream. Like I said, you guys could be dreamers. You have a vision. There's something that you are wanting to achieve. There's something you want. And you don't just want it, you want it to grow and expand and be fruitful and like abundant. There's something here, and it could just be that that's what you want. Like you just want to be more abundant, whether that's more money. Some of you, it like literally is because you feel like your money is all tied up or not existent. And you feel restricted by the amount of money possibly that you do or don't make. And I think you're trying to find new ways. Like you're being very innovative. And you're very committed, especially with the World card here. Like these are all fixed energies, right? And so you're very committed to what it is that you're achieving, what you're trying to achieve. With this air energy and the World, there very much could be something online. I don't know if I said that before for you guys. But I did say home business. So there could be some sort of like online home business thing that you're working on or that you're trying to achieve. Like maybe you've started an online business or like a YouTube channel or something that's different. I feel like it's creative because we do have the sacral chakra twice and the Empress. Like I feel like there's a lot of like feminine energy. So maybe it's even like selling a craft or selling like, I don't know, like candles or macrame or like, I don't know, whatever, right? Could be woodworking. Like if you're somebody who's into more of like the masculine side of the creativity. And so I feel like there could be something with regards to that and you're selling it online. For others of you, it's just very clear on what you want to achieve. Like, you know, you've planned everything out. You're very strategic. You know exactly what you want to achieve. And again, I think this is what's causing this hostility within people around you, is because they're like, well, that's not going to work. Because I feel like whatever you're trying to do is very unconventional. And even if it's relationships, I feel like the relationship that you want to have or the relationship possibly that you're in is not conventional. It's not the typical like get married in a church, wedding, that kind of thing. I feel like it's like you guys could be the group that elopes and just like dates a person or is with a person that like your parents don't like, but you have such a strong connection and it feels so good to you that you're not listening to what they have to say. That kind of energy. But you know exactly what you want to achieve. And I think that that's amazing because there is going to be a lot of growth with this transformation. The Death card was behind that. This transformation you're going through, this change, when you make this sacrifice, there's going to be so much growth and abundance that starts kind of just manifesting into your life. Because I feel like you've done the work. At that point, once you've sacrificed whatever it is, whatever that is for you, there's going to be such a fixation that you have, an inspiration, a passion to pursue your vision, whatever it is that you've been trying to achieve. And I feel like you are going to achieve it. You're going to get there as long as you go through this change. Again, this change is hard. It's not easy, but I do feel like you guys are going to do it. Like, I feel like there's so much like motivation, inspiration. And again, if you feel like this isn't resonating because you don't have that inspiration, that motivation, it's coming. I feel like you need to make a change in your life. You need to maybe sacrifice something, or you need to put in more effort as well, is what I'm saying, or is what I'm seeing. And so once you put in that effort, you're going to show the universe, like, this is what I want. This is what I want to create. And some of you just need a little bit more clarity as to where you're going as well. Like, embody that King of Swords, plan things out, write things down, that sort of thing. So we have protection. So it says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So some of you, yeah, it's like getting that feminine energy is very strong here, like that growth, that expansion. I feel like some of you need to do a little bit more self-care to kind of like bring out that feminine energy within you. And I do feel like there may be something you have to give up, like creating more boundaries so that you can have more of this creative expression. Because you guys may feel like maybe you're in a workplace, or you're, I don't know, there's people in your family or friends that maybe like kind of dim your light a little bit, and they make you feel less creative. Like you lose that spark a little bit. And so you may have to sacrifice relationships even too, right? Or a job or whatever. So what else does group 3 need to know? We have Imrama, if I'm saying that correctly. It says, where are you being called to journey to? So there is some sort of calling that you feel you have, which I feel like is this inspiration. Like you're gaining inspiration and your creativity to go in a certain direction that I feel like other people don't like. But I mean, it's not their life, it's yours, right? All right. Let's see. Let's get one more here for group 3. What else do they need to know? What does group 3 need to know? Group 3, what else do they need to know right now? Break the chain. So it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You guys are doing something unconventional, something different, something that other people don't agree with. And it's good because I feel like it's bringing a lot of healing also ancestrally to your children. Like, what's coming next in your ancestral lifeline, it's creating change. Like, it's going to show the potential and the ability to make your own to your children, your grandchildren, that sort of thing. Like, what you're doing is creating change for the people that come after you. Bottom of the deck, we have Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So again, you're ready. You're meant for this. There's something here that you're being very much called to do. So what is the self-care message that group 3 needs? What does group 3 need to know? We talked about self-care. Actually, I think I talked about self-care in all 3, which is interesting because this is the first time I've used this deck in a reading, like other than for myself. Okay, self-care message for group 3. What does group 3 need to know? Interesting. We have a few here. I think we have 4. So our first one is connect with crystals. So maybe you guys do some crystal work. Maybe look at getting some sort of like, I know citrine is really good for like kind of abundance, prosperity, creativity, that sort of thing. So citrine might be really good. It does have an orangey kind of color to it as well. So that would be good for that sacral chakra. Also, you could get like a clear quartz, which actually was your crystal. So this is just kind of like healing in general because it's clear. So it has all of the colors. So good healing color for you as well. So citrine or clear quartz is what I would suggest. We have write a gratitude list. So I think being a little bit more grateful, that could even just be like maybe you guys start a journal, right? Connect with your crystals, be grateful for things, write things down. Some of you just need to journal in general. We have connect with the earth. So some of you need to get outside a little bit more. If you're anything like where I am there's a ton of snow, so it doesn't always make it the most enjoyable to be outside. But getting outside and being in nature and around real things will be really beneficial for you. It'll ground your energy, especially if you feel a little chaotic. And then we have use your hands. So there, again, creativity. There's something about creativity and something about creating things. So some of you need to physically create. So maybe do some, like, if there's any sort of like things that you used to do as a child, like that you, maybe it's coloring or some sort of like, I don't know, sewing, knitting, clay, something to kind of create, drawing, that sort of thing. It's embodying that creative, that feminine energy, especially if you're struggling to be creative. Like, just involve yourself in a task that you don't have any expectation for. So it's just, you can kind of get the creative flow going. Bottom of the deck, we have intuition. So trust your intuition, use your intuition. It is here. Your third eye, I feel, is wanting you to like kind of follow it, right? And I feel like with the intuition, again, it's that feminine energy. So some of you are struggling to get into that feminine energy, but I feel like once you're in it, things are just going to, like, again, miracles, right? Like, things are just going to start growing and expanding so quickly once you kind of can embody that. So do some meditation, do some grounding, maybe like go out in nature and write. You could even just do some gardening, even for this, like using your hands. Like, there could be something like that to get out in nature as well. That'll be really good to help ground your energy. Something with regards to that, just kind of bring back that feminine energy. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just like finding that creativity. You don't have to do so much as it is like finding your passion again. So group 3, that is what I have for you. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys are interested, I do have a free tarot keyword guide if you're somebody who's looking into learning how to read tarot for yourself, or maybe you actually want to read tarot for other people. Whatever it is, if you're interested in that, it's a tarot keyword guide. So it's free. I will put the link below in the description and the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.